Good morning, my garden friends. Welcome to my Sunday morning garden tour. Can you believe we're already in June? Oh my goodness, the time goes by so fast and my garden changes every week, which is why I'm going to bring you these tours once a week now on every Sunday morning. Don't you just love my cute and colorful little cottage garden? The larkspur right now are at their peak. I didn't purposely plant any of this larkspur. I just scattered seeds from last year all over my garden just for fun to see where they would take off and grow. And they obviously love this area. You can see some of my larkspur is already going to seed. So this is an indicator that eventually their season will be done. But for now, I'm definitely enjoying their sweet, whimsical blooms. This is what the seed pods look like when they're freshly cut. I just cut those this morning. And these are the seed pods I cut probably a couple weeks ago. They start to dry out. And if you notice, look at all the little, see all those black dots? Those are seeds. So I definitely need to keep these bundles in a brown paper bag. Then come fall, I'll scatter the seeds everywhere in my garden once again. And I do it in the fall because that way, when the winter time comes and it starts to rain, it can water in all the seeds for spring. Now my plan is to add more doors behind Freya the farmer. I have 3 doors right now that are currently in the plans to be painted. Oh my goodness, I have so many plans and ideas in my head, but just not enough hours in the day. Or I should say, the 62-year-old gal is running out of energy. But that's my Freya the farmer garden. I love to create little garden vignettes just to add a little interest in my garden. So that's a little scarecrow that I made, and my roommate John got me those cute little farm animals from Tractor Supply. And there's an arbor over Freya that I picked up at my local nursery, and currently I'm growing sweet peas. But just like the larkspur, those are all going to seed, so after I film this video, I'm gonna probably take those down as well. But I do have some black-eyed Susan vines currently growing, one on each side of Freya. So I'm hoping those will climb up the arbor and add some fun color for her. One of my viewers asked if I had named my farm animals yet. Truth is, no, I haven't. I mean, that's such a fun idea. She suggested either Lottie the lamb or Lucy the lamb. What do you think? Would that be cute to name them something? I apologize for all the dogs barking, but as some of you know, I live right behind a dog kennel. So it's almost impossible to film a video without dogs barking. But I will say it's not stopping from the birds entering and enjoying my garden. So what I've noticed about my birds is they're letting me get closer to them. I'm only about 4 feet away. Maybe they recognize my face. I mean, chickens recognize people's faces, so maybe the birds do too. This is my center iron plant stand. It's always the focal point of my garden. Somebody actually made this beautiful structure from rebar, and can you believe it? But they were actually throwing it away. They left it on the curb. And a friend of mine saw this and said, hey, I bet Liz would love this for their garden. And they were right. I absolutely love it. I mean, it's massive, it's huge. And not everybody could just take this home and find a place for it. But I think I did. And underneath in these little pots, I'm growing, of course, Vinca. Because Vinca performs like a beast in my garden. California loves Vinca. And these cute little lights, I got these at the Dollar Tree. They're little glowing solar lights, and at nighttime, they actually look like torches, like they're glowing. I just love them. Definitely not bad for $1.25, that's for sure. Wave petunias grow so good for me, but uh-oh, I think I might have a budworm. I've seen other YouTube channels talk about this, and I know I should spray BT, but I've never done that before because I don't spray anything in my garden. Do you think this year I should try? And see these little black things? I don't think those are seeds. I'm told from another channel that those are the little budworm droppings, and that's how you can tell if you have budworm. So I would love to know what you think of that BT spray. And I just added these 2 new bouncing spring chairs to that corner garden, and behind that I have a pink cordyline, a couple coleuses, and some succulents. In these pots I had a Supertunia Vista lovey-dovey, and it didn't do so well. It got all kinds of spider mites, so I cut it all the way back, and look it's coming back already, and it even has little blooms. In this pot I have a dahlia. I have no idea what color it is because I'm 62 and I don't have a good memory. I should have labeled the dahlia tubers while they were in storage. But you know, we get so busy in our garden, we don't always have time for those minor details. So, oh well, it'll be a fun surprise. In last week's garden tour, I showed you all how I painted this terracotta pot, how I just flipped over the pot upside down and just poured paint on it and let it drip down. And I got such an amazing response of comments. And it's like, wow, okay, so my viewers do like to know about little art projects I do. So let me show you these 2 pots. Since you liked hearing about that one, I also painted these 2 pots as well. And I just love this old stepping stool. And I have a cordyline growing out of that green container. And my bougainvillea is still looking absolutely beautiful. In this vintage bathtub, I have a Supertunia Vista bubblegum and a couple lime green sweet potato vines with a tropical milkweed behind it. I just love the way the orange colors contrast against that purple bougainvillea. And I also made that pot from a terracotta pot. I just got old bathroom tiles and glued them on, and then got some fine grout or mortar at the hardware store, and then just used a sponge and filled it all in. And behind Abby is a fig tree. And behind the fig tree, my pugster butterfly bush is blooming. But in my opinion, because the Gara is going to get so big, I feel that this is just crowding the fig tree and the Gara. So I mentioned that I'm going to give this away to somebody, and guess who I'm going to give it away to? My good friend Diane from Diane's Garden Inspirations. So I just felt that would bring me so much happiness, knowing that something from my garden will be in hers. Like a little piece of my garden is now in her garden. So that's your future butterfly bush, Diane. And over here is my water fountain garden. Because it's still very early, the solar hasn't kicked in and it's not running right now, but below that are lily turf and some agapantha snowball, and there's 2 clematises growing up each side of the arbor. And this is my succulent propagation station where I propagate succulents, and sometimes I grow seeds. I just got 3 park benches and stacked them up. They're probably due for a fresh new coat of paint to keep them all bright. But it's just a little space saver where I can propagate things and grow seeds, and that's where I started all my zinnia seeds. So once those zinnias get nice and tall, I think they'll definitely add some color to that area. And over here is my Super Petunia Vista bubblegum. I think that's in dire need of a haircut now. That's one plant, just so you know. A lot of people have asked me how many plants is that, and it's just one. But yeah, I think it needs a haircut, and that's okay. I got these cute little new decorations at the Dollar Tree, and my granddaughter is so smart. She figured out how to make them sitting in the tree. And of course, little Zeke, being the little boy he is, he's gonna probably dismember everything. So Grandma has to redo it all, because that's what little boys do. But this little fairy garden is definitely dedicated to them.
Where's that little, oh, found it.
And behind Zeke, I got that cute little ice cream parlor chair at an antique shop with a little cactus growing in the upper pot and an oaxis growing in the lower pot. Some impatiens because they love the shade. And my bottle tree, bunch of bottles I found at the thrift store, and I just stick them on top of rebar. See, it's just a bottle on top of rebar, then just put it back down. Easy breezy. Thank you, Zayla. You're a good YouTube model. And this is my little happy place area. A little corner in my garden where it's shaded, and I just collect bottles and all sorts of fun, funky, crazy stuff. Watering cans, and my sweet friend Kelly gifted me with this handmade vintage tea kettle wind chime. I would have to say, out of everything in my entire garden, that will always be my absolute favorite. I completely treasure that and seriously love it. And some of my viewers asked me how I put these bottles on top of my fence. I just got these long screws and screwed them into the fence. There's a 2x4 back there, which give the screws a platform, and the bottles just rest on top of those screws. I picked up all those watering cans at garage sales and thrift stores, whatever. Just fun little stuff that is cute and colorful, old license plates, and these, the Home Sweet Home sign was made out of saws. I picked those up at a garage sale and just painted them and put my little touches on them. I hope you enjoyed today's garden tour, and I hope you have a beautiful day in your garden too.